Yes, people, what is going on? The Miami Dolphins win again. People will not like this, but guess what? It's going to happen more and more and more. Now, this is a game that I thought was going to be a bit of a test, and it was for us. Let's be real about it. The headlines, of course, are going to be Tua versus Herbert. Which one came out on top? Which one did this? I'm not going to lie, I thought Herbert was better today, and I think that was the vast consensus around the world, pretty much, is that Herbert was the better quarterback today. But he doesn't get the win, and Tua does. That's the most important thing. I mean, look, we can talk about these rumours, these talks, these comparisons, all this kind of stuff. It doesn't make a difference, because if we're winning games, and that's the important thing, if that W column keeps going up, then I tell you, we are in a really nice spot. Now, currently at the time of recording, I don't know what the Bills score is, but we could potentially be one win away from being joint top of the NFC East, which is, I mean, nuts. That is nuts. Again, I was in Miami way back last year for the first two games. We got absolutely whacked by the Ravens and the Patriots, and I was gutted, and I went all the way from London over there, and it was not nice. But seeing how far we've come from that time to now is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Let's go into the game itself. Let's actually talk about it a little bit more. Great start by us. It's a great start by us. The block punt goes down to the 1 yard line, and then Ahmed, or as the commentary was saying, and I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it right or wrong, they're saying Ahmed. I would say it would be Ahmed. That's my accent. I don't know. Either way, we run it in from a yard, and we start the game in really, really good spirits. We start really, really high. And I want to just give him a little bit of praise, because the running back position has been one that's been a real problem for the Dolphins in the last few years, pretty much. I think pretty much since Lamar Miller. That's how long ago we're talking. And we had a few others. Kenyon Drake was quite good, and Ajayi was decent, but it's never been like a solid one. And I think I don't look at Ahmed and think that he's going to be an elite running back or anything like that. But look, if he can fill this void until maybe we can get someone in the draft next year, then I'm okay with that. Do you know what I mean? I'm absolutely chill. I do think it's an area we do need to address in the draft, and I would probably draft a running back quite high. I look at Edwards-Helaire is doing a madness pretty much for the Chiefs. Maybe you could look at someone like that, but again, it's not like we have to draft them with the first pick. That's a different matter. I would draft a running back, but we can talk about that another time. I just want to give him a little mention today because, of course, he got his touchdown. He almost ran for a rush for 100 yards, which is not anything special. But, I mean, the Dolphins, being the Dolphins, that's quite a lot for us, unfortunately. If we can get that game sorted out, it's going to help us vastly throughout the next few years, and obviously when we try and go on Super Bowl runs and stuff, which, of course, is the mindset and the aim for this organisation, for sure. We then go, who gets the second one? I can't even remember now. Who gets the second one? Goes to Jakeem Grant, gets the second one. Jakeem Grant, it's a lovely little catch. It's a great throw by Tua. I thought Devontae Parker was a little bit unlucky, but I mean, it is what it is. Another one of those days you manage to just nick a foot down, nick a toe in, and you'd be okay. But, it is what it is. Grant puts us further ahead, and then, of course, the last one goes to Smythe. That was a lovely move from Smythe. It was a lovely play, completely wide open. And that was one that really killed the game. You kind of looked at it and thought they're going to be hard push to kind of come back from that. I'm not going to go through their touchdowns, and I'm not really too fussed about it. We set the pace. We had the interception. We set the pace, and although we didn't kind of carry on with it, the interception was really what kind of brought us back into life. It was a little bit of a strange one because, we were massively ahead. We were the favourites in the game for sure. Herbert just starts to come back into it, and again, you can see he's a really humble guy. He's a good quarterback. You can definitely see that. He's going to go far in the NFL for sure. But he starts to lead his team back into it, and maybe a little bit of talent here and there around him, and he might have had a bit more of a chance. He did miss a throw or two, fine. If those go against you, then maybe the score looks a little bit different, but again, on this occasion they didn't. That's what matters. But one thing I do really want to say about this, of course, Jason Sanders missed, I should say. It is what it is. It had to come to an end at some point. I'm glad it came to an end today, the streak, rather than it come, maybe next week or the week after, or against like the Cincinnati Bengals, where that's going to be quite a tough game and close game, I think. I think I'd preferred it to end today. When it did, look, he comes back and obviously he hits one. So, simple as, he does what he does well. That's it. Yes, he's missed one. Fine, get it over the way. It's done. It's done. It's in the past. We'll start a new streak. That's how these kind of things work. But the one thing I really do want to give credit for, and I think it went vastly underrated last week, and I'm going to give it praise here today, is the fact that we were missing so many coaches with COVID protocols, and we missed Christian Wilkins today. Carl Van Noy was back, but he missed a big chunk of the game as well. I think we missed 4 assistant coaches of sorts today, and last week we were missing 5. Now, one of the big positives I do want to really kind of say and praise about this is the fact that, we are very much as the Dolphins, the next man up. That is the mentality we have to have. We have to be the next man up for whatever position it is. This person's out, fine, next man up. Which is what the running back situation, to be fair, has been for quite a while. Next man up, next man up, next man up. And we do it really well. But the coaching staff actually do the same thing as well. And that was that real sense of identity. I'm obviously a big soccer fan, football fan, if you're English. England played today and we were terrible. We had absolutely no identity at all, but apparently we are like the 8th best side in the world, which for me means a lot, for you probably means nothing. But the 8th best ranked side in the world is meant to be quite a high prestigious award and quite an accolade, I suppose you could say. But we had no identity on the pitch. We were useless today. We lost 2-0. It was crap. But the Dolphins today, we had that identity of the next man up. It's the next man up. It's the next man up. And it doesn't matter where it is. It's just a case of wherever you are, whatever your job is, whatever your role is, it is the next man up. And I love to see that the coaches were very much on board with that. I think we had the tight end coach who was also helping out with Tua and doing different bits and this and that and the other, blah, 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 blah. I mean, you can go through them all, but just the whole coaching staff, I'd like to give a hell of a lot of praise to, because they're also buying into the next man up. You can see that there is definitely an identity around this Dolphins team. And I have to say, I know a lot of, I'm in the Dolphins fans group chat and whatever. There's a lot of people looking at the power rankings and a lot of people looking at this. And I'm slightly related to the England being the 8th best side in the world, allegedly. I look at this Dolphins team and think that how many teams are there realistically above us that would annihilate us, that would batter us? We might lose to teams, but would we lose, convincingly? I don't see there being that many. I generally don't see there being that many. I think the one that would probably cause us problems, of course, would be the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are undefeated, obviously. But I look at the Bills, who are above us. I look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are above us. I look at the Chiefs that are above us. I look at, a handful of teams. The Ravens, I think the Seahawks are above us as well. We gave them a decent game. And that was before we went on this flow. And I'm just going to finish this kind of video now. We have won... how many have we won in a row? We have won 5 now in a row. 5 in a row. The next 3 games we have are, I don't know the order, I'm pretty sure it's the Broncos, the Jets, and then the Cincinnati Bengals before we play the Chiefs. We've won 5 in a row. If we were to win those next 3 games, that, let's be honest, are very, very, very winnable, you could be going up against the Chiefs at home. They have to come all the way across the country at home, and we could be on a winning record of 8 straight games. 8 straight games. Now, I'm not going to say that we should be boosted right the way up the power rankings and whatever. And does this win do a hell of a lot for us in the power rankings? Maybe it puts us up 1 or 2. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to be anything ginormous. But what I will say, and I do want to hit this home, is that those power rankings, although a load of people go, I don't really care about them, and again, I completely understand why, they are still based off something. They are still based off what is going on. And look, I actually prefer to be the underdog, because in this game today, it was the Dolphins should win it. And we did, but it wasn't that convincing. Let's not lie to ourselves. We won the game, of course, fine. But these power rankings, if people want to continuously want to put us up and put us up and put us up and put us up and put us up, the way that we're feeling now about potentially having to go to Las Vegas on Boxing Day or on Christmas Day, depending on which one of the 2 it is, and have to go and actually get a result there, or go to Buffalo on the last day of the season and get a result there, the way that we're feeling about that, other teams are feeling about us. And that's the thing I really want to kind of just push home. This mentality that we've got at the franchise is absolutely brilliant. The next man up, we do it, we do it, we do it. We go, we go, we go, we go, we go. I love that. And you look at other mentality that's coming in, is we can beat anyone. We can beat anyone. And we have proved that in the last couple of weeks. Again, I don't know what the Bills score has finished. I've got no idea. We could be one game away from being top of the AFC East. That would be absolutely unreal. And people have to start taking us seriously at some point. Are they going to start taking us seriously off this game today? Maybe not. Do I care? Maybe not. I don't really. But someone is going to have to start taking us seriously. And we're going to take a big scalp at some point. And I'm just saying this. We have already beaten the Super Bowl runner-up this season in San Francisco. If we manage somehow to be able to pull off a massive upset against the Chiefs at home after a possible 8-game win streak, the Bengals one is the one I'm slightly worried about. If we manage to pull off a huge win streak and then play against them, people would be, pardon my language, shitting themselves. That's what I'm going to finish on. Let's keep the momentum going. I love the personality. I love the identity of the team. It's a big dub for the Dolphins. Thank you for watching. If you're new around here, make sure you like, share and subscribe. I will see you all later. The Dolphins keep winning, people. That's what we want to see. Take care.